this particular tutorial or any other tutorial, I generally have 3 ways to maintain the smooth flow so that you can understand very well. The first is I speak very slowly. It's because of my accent, and it's also because I don't want to really run fast. So if you find this video and this tutorial very, very slow, please go down and then make sure you raise the speed up to control your speed the way you prefer. That's the first one. And the second one is that I tend to get into the details, and therefore that's a lot of information. I don't recommend you to watch the whole video, or if you watch the video, make sure you watch the video on a separate device such as smartphone or your tablet, and make sure your software is open in the computer so that you can follow along the way. It's better, and you always make sure that you come back to the same video to remind yourself all the tools and the techniques that I'm going to apply. And third is, if you really want, you can ask me in the comment section below to provide you the original raw file. I'm more than happy to provide you the raw file, and go in the description, download the trial so that you can try it out on yourself, by yourself. Is probably the best way to train yourself if you don't have the software yet. And therefore, I get to get a commission if you use the same link to buy the software. Of course, it helps me a lot to keep continue this video. That's all for me, and let's jump into the tutorial. Happy photography. Let's take a look at one of the greatest plugin of all time for black and white photography, in my opinion, which is the Silver Efex, Silver Efex, which is really amazing. Now you can see that the interface is actually the DxO Photo Lab 8. However, I'm going to use my minor edit here first, and then we're going to jump into the Silver Efex. So before going there, I don't need to do much of a editing there, probably some cropping. Mind you, this is a small JPEG image, but that's fine. We are here for the tutorial of this particular software, so nothing to do with this noise reduction or whatever. Don't forget to go down in the description below to check out all the discounts and reductions and special offers available for different softwares. Thank you. Now I'm going to do a little crop, 1-on-1, and then move it over here. And what I do, probably unconstrained, and then bring it and make it a little bit larger. That's perfect. And then I'll close it. And if I look at the histogram looks perfectly fine in my opinion. It's nice, it's beautiful. Maybe it's not straight, so I'm going to go to the horizon and then see, but there is no horizon detected, so that's fine too. And then once it's done, I don't need to do much. Now we are going to head on to the Nick collection, and then I have to make sure that it's in TIFF. Perfect. Then I click OK. Then Silver Efex. Now our objective is to first of all find the preset that you prefer. All of them are beautiful. This one is already amazing. But then I'm going to go to the modern, and then we're gonna, just for fun, we'll go to all the preset, or majority of the preset. This looks pretty powerful, beautiful, but doesn't match the look that I'm looking for. Then you're going to go to the full dynamic harsh. As a matter of fact, this one is much more standing out in terms of the face, but I also want the hair to stand out, just like the one before. So I want the hair of this mixed with the face of this. So I cannot have both. So we're gonna head on to the full spectrum. That looks pretty spooky. I like it, don't get me wrong. I quite like it. It has a particular look, kind of scary yet powerful. Full spectrum inverse, not necessarily. So I'm not going to waste too much time. This one looks good too. This is actually pretty freaking awesome. My goodness, look at that. Look at that. You know, in another time I would take it. Not this time though. What I'm interested as well, you have this contrasty. Yeah, this is a nice, beautiful contrast and intense contrast. So this is also pretty nice, but you know, kind of not very ideal for, I would say, the portrait photography. So I'm going to go to the classic. And the classic, you have this natural look, nice, beautiful, smooth, pretty, freaking fantastic. My goodness, this is a beautiful look. Then I have this high contrast in the, and then smooth. This is nice. This is really nice. My goodness. Really nice. And now you have other one, the bottom, push process. And then you have this intense grain, you know, it makes the image looks nice and grainy. Let's look at the portrait preset. Now you have this dark glow. Again, amazing, beautiful, very punchy. You have the dark spectrum. You have this contrasty, more silver, intense grain, sepia, not a big fan yet. Classic rugged portrait. You know what? I'm going to stop at, I would say, this one. Even though I said earlier that I like the hair, but you know, I really like this. You know, there is something about this thing that I really like the hair though. Probably I'm going to reduce the vignette. Probably this is where I'm going to set the vignette, so that's fine. What else? Film grain, probably I will reduce some film grain, which is I'm working on it on the right hand side now. And then I'm going to close the preset. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for visiting, because it's really nice to see you and spending your time. You could have done something else somewhere else, but instead you decided to spend time in this YouTube channel, and that's very nice of you. But before I go do so, I'm going to look at the vintage for the last time. Maybe, you know, this is the beauty of this software though, because, you know, the presets are so good that just one click will do the job for you. And you don't need to waste your time and move on to the next project. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like, for example, this is just the best of both worlds, because that's exactly what I was looking for. Like, you need a little bit of hair, and you also need a little bit of the face is standing out. And then what I'm going to do, let's see if I can do something with the eyes. Perfect. Amplify black, highlights, midtone, there you go. So I'm going to add a little bit of there you go. If you have to make sure that you can see the local adjustment. Luminance, perfect. Now it's done. I'll add exact same thing here. Make sure that it's nice and small. Make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So I'll work on the chroma and luma. Perfect. And then I will push the midtone. Make sure that I can see the result. Beautiful. So the eyes are standing out. Now I need a little bit of hair. To do so, I'm going to use the polygon. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Done. There, I'm going to make sure the shadow is nice and high, just a little bit. Fine structure, I'll make sure the structure is high too. And push the black a little bit. Make sure the contrast is high, because I love a nice contrast. And finally, I will click apply. Now let's compare side by side, because my God, what a transformation. So compare with, select a referent image, perfect. Now let's go to, no. Check this one out. What do you think? What a beautiful transformation, in my opinion, and I am in love. So this is my result for side by side. I mean, you can do many more things. This is so good, this black and white image, even for portrait, for landscape, you name it, for the architecture. One of my favorite plugin of all time. I highly recommend you to play with it. And I'm going to continue to use this software. And in future, I'm going to come up with much more tutorials in depth, of course. But this is just a quick look on this beautiful little plugin from Nick. Whether you can use it with DxO Photolab, or you can use it with as a plugin for Adobe or Photoshop or Affinity Photo. That's all. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.